Man, I am so excited for him to be landing in the UAE. The performance, Etihad Arena, is what's going on October 1st. He is here. He's a four-time Grammy-nominated hitmaker, and he's with us right now. The one, the only. It is Charlie Puth. Yes.
My God, I just need that playing in. But every day I wake up, if I don't really want to go to the gym, I just need that playing back in my headphones. Get me motivated.
I'm ready to put it down, man. I'm ready to put it down. Listen, you are legendary, bro. The amount of music that you have produced and just been a part of, it blows us away. Like, even just sitting here before the interview, just running through some of your songs, I'm like, oh yeah, he had that. Oh my gosh, he did this. Oh my God. Like, do you recall how much you have created?
I got to admit, sometimes I forget how much I've done, but it's crazy because it just seems like it was yesterday that I hadn't even signed my record deal, hadn't even signed my publishing deal. It was like 2013, and I was just getting ready to go out to a couple of my first trips to LA, just hoping to write music for other artists. And just the time just went by like that. 8 years later, here we are. I always thought I'd be in this position, and I'm very happy that I'm in this position. But I didn't realize that those years would just fly by like that.
I like that you just said you always knew that you were going to be in this position, as in you felt that you had what the world needed to hear?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know if I was going to be successful at it. That's a different story. I'm glad I'm successful, but I always knew that I was going to do music for a living is what I mean.
Okay, that's cool, man. Etihad Arena is ready to go. It's October 1st. Your tickets, you can grab them now at livenation.me. Charlie Puth, it's the Charlie Live experience. And, I mean, the album that you put out in 2022 named Charlie, we're going to be hearing a lot of that, but we're also going to be hearing a lot of your earlier stuff as well, right?
Yeah, and I'm adjusting the playlist, the set list a little bit. I've been on the internet too much. The playlist. I'm adjusting the set list ever so slightly, including some songs that I haven't truly played in probably 5-6 years. So it'll be good to. It's always fun playing these old songs. Like I used to hate on my song Marvin Gaye. I thought it was pitchy and goofy, and then I listened to it last month, and I'm like, wow, this is actually quite a good song. I bet I can musically kind of adjust this and make it into the new set list pretty seamlessly. So we'll do that, and we got a couple other tricks up our sleeve.
I love how you've used obviously TikTok and just social media into what you do. Like, I love following you on social just to see how you showcase the way that you create the music, which I think is really, really cool. Was that something that you thought you wanted to start doing, or did someone suggest it to you? Like, how did that come about? Now, if you don't know, Charlie shows you a lot of the way he creates the music.
I do, and I actually just an hour ago put up a new one on TikTok. I've always been entranced by the way good teachers taught subject lessons that I didn't want to necessarily be a part of. Like, I was a terrible student in chemistry, but I had an awesome chemistry teacher that made it entertaining for all of us. And I would always look forward going to his class, even though I didn't understand it half the time. I would try my best and learn, because he incorporated humor into it. He made it like a TV show, like a reality show. And I guess that's kind of what I do. It's kind of an ode to good teachers. I want people to, of course, listen to these songs that I'm teasing, but I most importantly want them to take something away musically and know that they have it within them to make a song.
That is just so cool. And I think a lot of young people are inspired by the way you do make the music on TikTok to try to pave that way for themselves. But going back in your career, Charlie, when was that, excuse the pun, light switch that turned where you were able to make music such a successful career? Was there like a turning point?
I think it's the moment where somebody told me, ironically, at the record label. I used to go to many different record labels and pitch music, and I'd be like, I just want to have Iggy Azalea cut this song. When I say cut, sing this song. I want Justin Bieber to sing this song. And ironically, I've worked with a lot of these people now, but a good piece of advice that was given to me was to stop looking at the charts, which is, I know we're on the radio right now, and all we do are talk about charts, but you don't look at charts when you're making new music, because the number one song on Virgin Radio might have been made or written 2-3 years ago. So when I was not having success, when I would show up to these record labels and be like, well, this is the number one song playing on blah 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 blah. I here's 10 different songs that I made that sound like this, and they would all be like, we don't need this. This is already out. We want the new thing. So it's a little cliche, but the moment I started focusing on myself and making music that I wanted to listen to instead of looking at the charts, that's when everything started happening for me.
I love that. Is it true that Elton John told you to stop working? You're working with too many people. Just settle back and just start doing what you do?
That was another great piece of advice that he told me that right before the pandemic, December of 2019. I also found out he's my next door neighbor, which is pretty funny.
You live next door to Elton John.
And it's not like he's Elton John. I don't live like in a 30,000 square foot mansion. And I typed his address into my phone, and the driving option didn't even come up, just walking.
Wow.
Came up, but that's another story. Yeah, that was good advice that he gave to me. Then that's kind of a cousin of what I was saying before, just to focus on yourself.
See You Again is not just a regular song, because so many people use that song for, let's say, the passing of someone, or it brings up a memory of a lifetime. Did you know when you were putting that song down, See You Again, what it was going to do for the world?
Even the fact that it was tied to the movie, of course, it was going to have some eyes on it, but I just cosmically felt something when I made that. Also because the person who I wrote it about, who had passed 2 years prior to me writing that, always said that I would write that song. And of course, he would always say, you're going to write a song in a movie one day. It's going to be the biggest song in the world. It's going to go on for generations, blah, blah, blah. And I never knew what he meant. And I usually try and figure things out in my head sonically. Like, I couldn't hear the song that he was talking about. So when I wrote that, I looked up and I was like, oh, that's what you were talking about. So that's what made me feel like it was going to be the biggest thing ever.
Have you come down to Abu Dhabi? Have you come to the UAE? What's going on? Have you been here?
I've never been to Abu Dhabi before. I think I've probably flown over it, but I've never been to Abu Dhabi before. So I always look forward to going places for the first time, and especially performing in them for the first time.
You're going to love it, man. You're going to absolutely love it. Weather at that time now is getting better. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Bring your swimmers. Do you swim? Do you like to swim, Charlie Puth?
Yeah, I like it. I have a pool. I like keeping it hot though. I have it at we do Fahrenheit over here, so it's like 102 Fahrenheit. It's more of a hot tub than anything. It's not really enjoyable for swimming.
Charlie, don't worry. It's exactly like that over here. So don't worry. It's still hot enough for you.
Perfect.
Tell us more about Lipstick, because I'm sure we're going to hear this on stage as well here at the Etihad Arena, right?
Yeah, I might throw it in there. When I say I might, I've been told that I have to, so I absolutely will. I of course want to. It's kind of the first, where the last album was very methodical and very lyrically almost like Broadway play, like Light Switch has a sound effect in it. It's very it's kind of like that vibe and hyper pop. This is more of a laid back kind of thing, and all of these songs that will be on this album are kind of in that vein of laid back and R&B, which I've produced many R&B songs, R&B pop records for other artists, but I've never made an entire dedicated album of that for myself. So Lipstick is just it came about very quickly too. So it's the first song that kind of sets this album off.
Yeah, man, just so cool.
Would you believe me if I told you that that's just the official audio? I sound like a record label, but visualizer. The music video hasn't even come out yet.
I know. You look like you've been working out. Do you go to the gym with Shawn Mendes still?
No, we did that. You know, it's fun. We did that one time 6 years ago, and that's still a topic of conversation. No, I like Shawn a lot. I haven't worked out with him in years. No.
And you never will again. You never will again.
I want to go back to
we might run into each other at the Equinox. You never know.
That's true.
Is that you're not training at the Equinox, are you?
Someone's laughing at me right now. No, I have my own gym.
I know.
You're right.
Because I was just in LA for the last 5 weeks, and I was training at Equinox, right? And I'm like, I don't know if you would be there.
It's like you know me very well. Yeah, I'm not going there, but I used to. I remember when I first moved out to LA and See You Again just came out, and I felt like I was on top of the world. And I went up to the front desk and I was like, "Hey, who gets let into the? They have a separate locker room, the very Hollywood shit, like the executive locker room." And she says, "I'm not supposed to say this, but if you come back here tomorrow and put your name down, you might get on the list." And I got into that locker room. I felt like a celebrity. I felt so important. I was spraying eucalyptus everywhere. How did we start talking about this? The gym. That's good.
The gym. Oh man. All right, listen. Again, we can't wait to get you here. October 1st. In 20 years' time, we will still be talking about Charlie Puth.
100%.
And all the songs that you have. No, we will, because what you have is talent. I believe that there are people that we are playing on the radio right now who obviously have some sort of talent. But when it comes to what you create and how you create it, there's not many that we play on our station, for example. And I know that in 20 years' time, we will still be playing Charlie Puth music. You'll still be producing, and we'll still be trying to get you to come back here to the UA or wherever where we are right now. So October 1st, livenation.me has your tickets. See him at the beautiful Etihad Arena. Now, before we let you go, Charlie Puth, we want to play a game. And I don't know if you would have played this one before. Tell me if some other radio team have created this one. But we want to play Puth or Dare.
Never heard it in my life.
Stop it, Charlie.
I think he's lying. He's played it before.
Oh, he's lying.
I'm good at music, not lying.
It's all right. It's all right.
But I'm happy. But I'm happy to play it.
I love you. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to pretend that didn't happen. He's never played this game before.
Ever.
It's the first time, right?
First time.
Okay. Here we go. Puth or Dare. If you want to say the truth, Puth, you say us. If you not, we have a little dare for you. They're all pretty friendly and nice. What's your least favorite song? Puth or Dare?
Oh, I mean, as I said before, it used to be Marvin Gaye, or of mine, or just in general.
No, of yours.
Oh, it used to be Marvin Gaye, but now I quite like it a lot. So probably some goofy record that I made a song called "Sexy Glasses" back in high school, 2009. So maybe that.
What a title, "Sexy Glasses." All right,
on YouTube.
I will be looking at it. Where's the weirdest place you've ever written a song? Puth or Dare?
Ooh, back of what's that in Italy? What's that coffee? Lavazzo?
Yeah,
Lavazzo.
At a at a gas station that was serving Lavazzo, the bathroom of that gas station. And it was very good coffee too. I remember.
And the song was "Sexy Sunglasses," right?
Yeah, it was that song.
All right, he's 2 for 2. He's Puth or Dare, truth or dare.
2 Puths.
Who's your best collab and your worst collab?
Dare.
Dare!
Yes.
He's gone in with the dare, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my gosh.
Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to do this dare. Let's see. Can you call another celebrity that's on your phone right now?
Bro, I'm using my phone to talk to you right now. But I by the way, I don't know if they'd necessarily pick up either.
Oh, it's Charlie. They're going to pick up if you're calling.
No, I have this thing where it's like a block number. Like my mom sometimes doesn't even know that I'm calling. It shows up as block number. It says, "Who is this?"
Okay,
like, it's me.
We're gonna so you're not gonna do the dare, but give us your best one. Give us one of your best collab. Like, what's one that you love?
One that I love is I really love the one actually with Elton John. I did a collaboration with Elton John. We wrote a song called "After All," and it was very special because he went in my studio over there. My parents didn't know that Elton John was over, and I texted them, "Come on in. Someone wants to say hi." And they don't get, starstruck by anybody. But when Elton John's explaining how he wrote Tiny Dancer in my living room, essentially, that's something to get starstruck over.
That's crazy. And how good do you feel as a son? Like, because you're making your parents proud. Like, there's no better feeling, huh?
There's no better feeling. I feel like they purchased the synthesizer for me in 2001 that I still use on every song that I produce today.
Wow, man. All right. We'll finish it off with this one. Puth or dare, how much money's in your bank account?
Oh, dare. Dare.
All right. So
Dare.
here's...
Let me run out into the street naked.
Your dare is when you perform at Etihad Arena on October 1st here in Abu Dhabi, you have to say one of 3 words, all right? One of 3. You decide. It's either beef, all right?
Okay.
Vegemite, which is, I'm an Aussie. I love Vegemite. You ever tried Vegemite before?
It's not to my liking, but I've had it before.
Correct. And, or Virgin Radio.
Virgin Radio.
Now, what's
the significance of saying beef? Is that something that nobody eats? Or
No, nothing at all. Just Rossi, one of our producers and co-host, said, I want to put beef in there.
Just random words.
Yeah.
I'll do you better. I'll sing it in one of my songs.
Love it. Okay. There it is. If it's not...
We don't talk anymore. Beef. No context at all.
If it's not to go see him perform all his amazing songs, go to the show to hear him sing Beef. Charlie Puth, he's coming once again. Etihad Arena. Don't miss the show. Tickets still available at Live Nation. He also is going to play Sexy Shades.
Yeah.
Oh.
There it is. Is this it? This is it.
Yep. There you go.
I'm looking at you. It looks like you're in your bedroom, maybe 16 years old.
I wear 'em in the street and I wear 'em in the park and I wear 'em in the light and I wear 'em in the dark. Besides, you can't.
I love him. I love you even more. You know when you love someone, their music, and then you actually get to talk to them, guys?
Yes,
100%.
We love you even more, man. Charlie Puth, you're an absolute legend. We'll see you here in Abu Dhabi. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
I'll see you at the show. Thank you. Big pleasure.